Hello, my name is Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 32 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to upgrade my Fusion Reactor right here to be able to expel steam so that I can generate even more power from my reactor. Now, between episodes, I have turned this thing up quite a bit. I have upped the injection rate to 16, and that is producing about 3.16 million forge energy per tick, of which I am actually using closest to 2 million forge energy per tick right now. So I've also upgraded some of my ore generation between episodes. I've just basically added more void ore miners to my little area under the ground here, and so that is why I am using more power. So the first thing I want to do is I want to build a turbine in this building right here, and that will be to handle the steam that I will be getting from the fusion reactor. So let's start with that, and I have hopefully most of the stuff that I will need for that. So let's start grabbing things. I need turbine casing, turbine vents, all of this turbine stuff essentially. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to grab it all, but we can try. So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to build a tower here because I know that my turbine is going to be of the dimensions 9 by 9 by 17. So I have a stack of 17 blocks here, and so that means basically that'll tell me exactly how high I need to build this. And my building is quite taller than it needs to be honest. So let's go ahead and start building this turbine out. Like I said, the dimensions are going to be 9 by 17 here. Apparently my cat does not like that. So let's kind of just build the shell right now, and then we'll go from there. So how high is this? This is one higher than that. So there we go. We're getting most of the shell going here. So let's go ahead and build this up over here. And this needs to be up to 85. And then this one needs to be up to 85 as well. Cool. So let's jump over here, and now let's go ahead and do the top around here. And then we can start building more of the interior. Actually, I'm probably going to do the top and bottom as well before we can really get going with the interior here. I should probably grab a builder's wand to help me out with this. So the turbine that I built for my fission reactor is quite a bit smaller than the one that I'm building today. I actually apparently do have the wand down here. So let's grab that. And let's get rid of this torch because we don't need it anymore. And let's go ahead and set this by scrolling, and you can't hardly see the text, but to the left to right mode. And then we can go ahead and fill that in there. And then we'll do the same thing with the top of the turbine right here. I don't have enough turbine blocks. Do I have more made? I probably don't, but I should be able to make them very quickly. So yeah, that's not a problem. Okay, so here on the bottom, I need to figure out exactly where I want to input the steam, and then the output of the water will be out the top, obviously. So let's go ahead and let's do the steam. Let's do it over here. So for that, I need to grab a turbine valve, and we'll place that down there. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and shut down this fusion reactor. And I hope I don't have to do anything more than that, because I do need to exchange a few blocks here. I need to get water into the reactor. I need to get steam into the turbine, and then I need to get the water that the turbine produces back into the reactor as well. So basically I need 3 of these fusion reactor ports. So let's grab 3 of those. I didn't mean to grab 4. Oh my goodness. So hopefully I'll be able to dig into this without anything bad happening. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that right now. So the water source block, I'm actually going to, or the water source is going to come from the bottom. So I'm not going to worry about that just yet. So let's go ahead and You know what? This block and this block is as good as any. I know this contraption or this starter contraption here is maybe a little bit in the way. Could I not stack those? I could. I don't know why I just had one in my inventory. But anyways, let's grab a configurator as well. I may have that over here. I don't. So let's grab the configurator. We can get rid of that torch, and we will need to make sure that this is not on wrench mode here. So let's go ahead and tell this to be output right here, and then this one will be input. I think it's defaulted to input. Yeah, it is. So let's go ahead and grab some piping here if I can. So let's get rid of this reactor glass because, yeah, there's only a little bit of it. And let's grab this ultimate pressurized tube. So the capacity is actually very, very high on this ultimate pressurized tube. I hope it's high enough to be able to handle all the steam. I'm not 100% sure if it will be, but yeah, we can try. Anyways, let's go ahead and set this up over here. Let's just run it. Let's just run it this way. Right through this. I know it's not going to look super neat. I might actually change how I might change some of this glass out. But anyways, we can just go ahead and connect that up there. I'm actually going to swap my input and output here with my configurator. Let's do that be output and this be input. That way I can, let's just get rid of that glass. I don't need it right now anyways. So I should be able to just run this over here. Run it up and then over and connect it right there. That should give me lots and lots of steam to pump into my turbine here. So let's actually get to building the turbine now that I kind of created the shell. And you know what, let's get water into the reactor and then we'll go from there. So I'm just knocking that out as kind of a marker block. So let's pump the water in right here. I think that should be the bottom center of the reactor. It's not the bottom center, but it's actually the bottom center might, you know what, let's do it in the bottom center just to make things look good. So let's grab the last of the fusion reactor ports we have here. And actually I do want this stone here. You know what, I can actually just keep it in the trash slot, because I can grab that back later. So let's go ahead and set up a pump. And we can set this pump up right over here is actually a super easy location I could do it. So let's kind of get water source blocks going over here. Oh my goodness. So actually what I want to do is dump that. I can grab this back, I can stack that. And then, yeah, with this water, let's create some water source blocks here. So that should all fill up. Let's make that look nice and tidy. And then I do have a pump. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this crap. I don't think I will need that much reactor glass. And if I do, I can just grab it back from my ME system. I should have a pump over here that is already upgraded, actually. Let's get rid of this stupid sandstone. And let's set this pump up right here. And then let's get to pumping some water. So I do need some of the ultimate mechanical pipe here. So we can run this up here. Let's actually run it down and then we'll run it over. And is there gonna be anything in the way? Yes. So let's actually run it over one more. And then we can just run it down. And that'll connect up just fine. That should give me plenty of water. I want to neaten this up a little bit. I want to get rid of this particular pipe right there. And then let's grab this stone and make things just look a little bit tidier. So that's cool. The reactor should be getting water. I think it should be formed. Do I have to do something else? I've actually never done this before, so I'm wondering if there's a different way to get water in here that I don't know about. I don't think so. And I don't think there's anything I need to do as far as the controller goes. So I'm worried why I'm not getting any water showing up in here, at least not that I see. So I kind of think that this should be water right here, but I don't know that for a fact, to be honest. Did that did hook up though, I thought. Yeah, it did. Okay, so water should be flowing into the reactor. Not super sure if it is or not. It doesn't seem like it is, but I could be wrong. I guess I'll find out when I go to fire it up. Probably not the best thing to do with a fusion reactor, but it's probably not the worst, as I don't think it's explosive. Okay, so to build this turbine, it's actually kind of easier to build it from the top down, which is actually not super easy to do. And actually, if I actually have this plotted out. You know what? I'm going to try to build it from the bottom, and if it backfires, well, then so be it. So I'm actually going to knock out the top, just because it'll be easier to build with the top being open like that. So let's get rid of some of the blocks. The turbine casings, let's do that. And let's build this up. So if my plans are correct here, I need what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I need 12 layers of the turbine rotor. And I could be wrong about that. So that's 4 so far. I knew I was going to fall off there. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's grab the turbine blades. Let's start installing those. Let's see if I can install those all the way up. I'm not entirely sure if I will be able to or not. And it looks like I can, so that's cool. Okay, so on the next layer, we need the rotational complex. Okay, so we already have probably most of everything we need in the turbine build here. So that'll go next. The rotational complex, surrounded by pressure dispersers, is what I have here. So let me grab the pressure dispersers. And I'm not sure if I'm going to need more of these or not. And actually, I should actually know this for a fact. And actually, I can use my wand to make this a little bit quicker here. So I should have this already set to the left to right mode. And I think, yeah, that works just perfectly. If I do need some more pressure dispersers here, I can just grab them from my ME system. Don't think they're too bad to make. Looks like we have enough, so that's cool. Okay, so the next layer is going to be, we need the electromagnetic coils, which I don't actually have. I should have them down here, though. Right here. Surrounded by saturated condensers. And I should have those right there. So let's fly up here. I'm going to arrange this in kind of a plus pattern. And then we'll do the saturating condensers. And we'll use my wand again once I have kind of this surrounded here. Actually, I don't even super need to surround it, to be honest. So now I should be able to use the wand here. I think I started to mention it earlier, but the turbine that I built for my fission reactor is much smaller than this one here. So this one should be able to handle a whole lot more steam and make a whole lot more power. Okay, so the next layer here needs to be saturating condensers in the middle and vents on the side again. Okay, so more saturating condensers. I probably don't have enough. Actually, I think I do. Actually, I'm about 97% sure I do. So let's actually turn this on to no restriction. and just do that. And then we can turn it back to the left and right restriction to do this. And then turbine vents on the top is what I have. Okay, so that's actually a little bit simpler than I thought it was going to be honest. Unless I screwed something up, which is entirely plausible. Because, yeah, I've not done this a whole lot, to be honest. So I do want vents down the sides. So, or at least on the first 3 layers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run vents all the way around and then use my wand. Because that'll be super, super easier to do. Yeah, I'm making this not look great right now. That's okay. Okay, so I need to grab my wand now and set it to no restriction. So there, and then I should be able to tap this down twice. And then here I want to do, let's try to do reactor glass. If that doesn't work, then so be it. I know that reactor glass can work. I'm just not sure if I need a strip of turbine casings here or not. I kind of don't think I do, to be honest, but I'm not 100% on that. Like I said, I haven't built these things a whole lot. I've done it a few times at this point, but not a lot. So let me grab my wand here and start building up. I will probably need to grab more reactor glass, although I could be wrong about that. Actually, I'm probably wrong about that. I don't think I do. Can do one more layer and then I will need to, actually it'll probably be easy if I just do something like this and then do this. Okay, did that form? It did, so that looks good. Yeah, and I think the turbine looks good too. And now I need to get the water back out of the turbine and back into the reactor here. So let me, one thing I might think about doing here is breaking the controller and then replacing the controller. I hope that doesn't cause anything bad to happen. Okay, so it didn't really affect anything. I'm still not getting water into the reactor, and I'm not sure if that is a function of it still having heat or a function of me screwing something up. Very possible it's either one. So let's work on getting the water back to the reactor, since that's something I can do right now. How we do this is we just take piping here and let's just run it right through here. I know it's gonna look kind of tacky, but it doesn't super matter, to be honest. Let's see if we can aim that. We did, so that's cool. Okay, so this should carry water from the turbine back to the reactor, if I do this correctly anyways. And I think I just need to connect it up to any of these turbine vents, and it should flow back to the reactor. So one thing I will need to do is I do need to re-kickstart this reactor. So I need to make a hull ram, and I didn't do this last time on camera because it's actually pretty easy. But it's just some gold dust and a metallurgic infuser, and I'm actually going to make 2 of them right now because I might have to kickstart this reactor again. So let's grab 8 of these. That'll make 2 of those. Let's get rid of all this other stuff that I don't need right now. Let's grab this 8 gold dust, and let's go ahead and make another one of those hull rams, or whatever they're called. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's okay though. So I just need the infuser with, or infusing factory with coal, and that turns out to be this one. Okay, so to charge these, we just take these over to my chemical infuser? Is that what it is? And yeah, I do have some D to T fuel in here still. And we just throw those in, and that works beautiful. Okay, so I'm a little bit worried that this isn't going to work because it doesn't seem to have water in it. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for this to, for the heat to basically get to 0, which is actually, I think, 300 Kelvin. And once it does that, I will be right back. So my reactor is just about down to temperature, and it doesn't have any water in it. So one idea I have is to just go ahead and fire this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick in this here, right here, and let's go ahead and try to fire this up. One thing I do need to change, though, is I actually need to change the injection rate. Let's go ahead and tell it to be 2, which is the minimum rate here. Okay, so now it has water in it. I'm not really super sure how that happened, but anyways, we have water in it. So it did accept the water. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Let's actually change the injection rate to 3, just to make sure that, and I'm not really sure why that's not changing at this point. Yeah, that's weird. Because I want to change that to 3. Why are you not changing? So let's see here. What do we have going on? So we do have steam. It's going over to the turbine. The thing is that my turbine can't do anything with it right now because I don't have it hooked up to my energy or anything. So let's go ahead and we'll check that to dumping excess for right now. What I do need to do real fast is let me grab a turbine valve. And I just need one of them. And I also need some of the ultimate universal cable here. And let's do this somewhere under here. And let's stick that down right here, and then we'll hook up my power to that right here. And I do want to run this over to my induction matrix over here. So I do have my induction matrix, and I do want to add an input on the bottom here somewhere. Let's see if we can't do that right here. So let me grab an induction matrix port here. Okay, I really thought that would craft up quicker. Okay, so we have it. Let's go ahead and put that right there. That is input by default, so that's fantastic. And then we need to figure out a way to get this conduit hooked up to that over there without interfering with any of this rat's nest that I have over here. So I think the easiest way is actually going to be just to run it kind of around the room here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And then we'll just run it over. And actually, just to make things look a little bit better, let's grab the configurator. Let's switch this to wrench mode. And let's go ahead and wrench some of this away. So that's cool. So this turbine should be pumping, should be getting some good energy out of it. Right now it's producing 880,000 force energy per tick. Pretty good amount there. Let's go ahead and turn that off because that doesn't need to be on. Maybe that's why I couldn't change the injection rate. I have no idea. Maybe I'm probably wrong about that. It still doesn't want to change, and I'm not... Okay, so it changed there. So let's see here. So we're heating up. We're getting some energy straight out of the reactor as well. The fusion reactor is unlike the fission reactor in that regard. And we're also obviously getting energy from this over here, quickly increasing the amount of energy. So my injection rate beforehand was, actually I don't know what it was. I think it was 18 or something. I probably showed it at the beginning of the episode and I already forgot. Let's change it to 16, which is under what it was before, I believe. And let's see how much energy we're making now. So as you can see, this is still quickly climbing. Let's see what it says theoretically here. So it says I should get 2,400,000 millibuckets per tick of steam, which is going to equate to a lot of power. Not really sure what the exact rate here is. But yeah, we're not we're not really even close to that amount of steam yet, I don't think. And maybe my turbine is just not going to be able to handle, but it kind of looks like it should. Yeah, but anyways, we're producing a lot more power now, using the same amount, actually less fuel than before. So that is good to know. The water tank did kind of take a hit, but it looks like it's going up, so that's all that I need to see. Obviously, from what I remember, all of the water should be able to actually be recirculated from that one vent right here. As long as you hook it up to any of the turbine vents, it should be able to recirculate 100% of the water. And so theoretically, this should not run out of water. And this obviously down here should be able to pump a decent amount of water as well. It has 8 speed upgrades, 8 energy upgrades. So yeah, I think that is a good wrapping up point for the episode. So in today's episode, I turned my fusion reactor from a straight air-cooled reactor that produced just energy into a reactor that uses water to produce steam, to produce even more power through this turbine right here. And that is going to give me lots more energy. I'm already producing quite a bit more energy than I was before, using less fuel than I was before. So that is pretty fantastic. So anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modded Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.